Good morning. Welcome to another one mic meditation. And welcome to Saturday morning. Hope your week has been great. Hope that you reached all the goals you wanted to reach this week. And if you haven't quite nailed them all, perhaps you have a bit of more time. Even though it's weekend, the week is not quite over. Our teacher for this week is Sharon Salzberg. And today she talks about a superpower that is within reach for all of us. Let's get into today's message. Sunmuddy, good morning. Happy Saturday. Imagine for a moment yourself as a superhero. But in this superhero fantasy, your superpower is not superhuman strength or the ability to fly, but something far more profound. This power allows you to see situations with absolute clarity, to understand the hidden currents of emotion and thought in yourself and others, and to act with profound wisdom instead of impulse. This superpower is awareness. And the training ground to develop this superpower is meditation. Honey, a very good Saturday morning to you. It is awesome seeing you. Hello. This superpower is actually within reach, and a practice of regular meditation gets us closer and closer to flexing the muscles of awareness. Let's get into Sharon Salzberg's quotes. She said, "Meditation is not about what is happening. It's about how you relate to what's happening." She says, "We can't control what thoughts and emotions arise within us, nor can we control the universal truth that everything around us changes. But we can learn to step back and rest in the awareness of what is happening. That awareness can be our refuge." Charlene, good morning. Happy Saturday to you. The next thought from Sharon Salzberg is, meditation is essentially training our attention so that we can be more aware, not only of our inner workings, but also of what's happening around us in the here and now. Training our attention. We don't have control over the things that arise around us or even within us. I'd like to pause on that for just a moment. Whether we look at the things happening around us or the things happening within us, we don't have any control over what arises. But when we create the habit of taking a step back and watching what arises, whether it's inside of us arising or outside of us in the world around us arising, when we create the habit of taking a step back and watching without reacting, then we're stepping into a deeper awareness that begins to understand why things happen the way they do. It's only when we act from understanding that our actions have a shot at being effective. But first, we have to create the habit of taking a step back and just observing. Let awareness be your superpower. Take a step back, breathe, soften, and see. Last thought from Sharon Salzberg is, as we practice meditation, we get used to stillness and eventually are able to make friends with the quietness of our sensations. If you're ready, today's meditation is called Come to Your Senses. Because our senses, and a very simple exercise like this one, provide us with perfect training ground for practicing to just take a step back and feel whatever experience is there to be felt. You can close your eyes and let's slip away together, starting with the first few big breaths. Take a deep breath in and out. deep breath in and out. A deep inhale. And let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in. And let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine, lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. Our journey today is the journey of the senses of this body. So let's start checking in with this body right now. With your next exhale, as your body softens, bring your attention to your forehead, to the space between your eyes. Do you sometimes catch yourself carrying a frown there? And for right now, is that space between your eyes smooth, calm, and relaxed? With your next exhale, as your body softens, bring your attention to the area in and around your mouth. Do you perhaps sometimes find yourself grinding your teeth, or your tongue pressed hard against the roof of your mouth, or your jaw muscles clenched tightly? And when you do you have a conversation with this body? You let this body know that right now it is safe and it would be okay to soften. With your next exhale, as your body softens, bring your attention to your neck and shoulders. Do you often have tight muscles there? Or feel your shoulders pulled up high. And when you do you remember to take a few big breaths and roll out those shoulders and guide your body to softening. With your next exhale, as your body softens, bring your attention to your stomach area. Do you find yourself sometimes carrying a tightness there? That is probably where stress, where anxiety hides more effectively than anywhere else. In that tightness and perhaps even nausea in your stomach. When you find that happening there, do you remember to have a conversation with this body? To take a few big breaths, to soften every part of your body and let this body know that right now there is no tiger in the room. It would be safe to become completely soft. Lastly, check in with your legs, with your arms, specifically your hands. Another place that tension can hide very effectively in tightly balled fists without us realizing. Right now, are your hands calmly lying half open in your lap? We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles. Forward and to the left and forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. Lean your upper body over to the left. Lean your upper body over to the right. Then one more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least becoming as present as we possibly can be right now, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale is an invitation to turn inwards and follow this journey. So as you breathe in, really feel the air flowing in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath. But hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is a reminder that you are turning inwards to follow this journey. So let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, really feel into your body. Feel how softness slips into your body and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, the reminder is that we're checking in with this body. So perhaps wrap your arms around this body. Have a quick conversation with this body and let this body know, hello body, I really love having you. Take your next big breath. Our journey of the senses starts right at the top with our eyes and what we can see, and then works its way through our body. So as you take your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, the question is, if you were to open your eyes, what would be the most obvious thing you would see? And then for a moment, with your eyes closed, use your mind to study this obvious object. See it from all of its angles. Find all of its color and have a look at all of its texture. Take your next big breath. This time, as you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, the question is, what would be the least obvious object in your room if you were to open your eyes and look around? Just find something that comes to your mind, and as you take a deep breath, as you dive deep into you, with your eyes closed, study this less obvious object from all of its angles, see all of its color, and see if you can bring to your mind all of its texture. Take your next big breath. A thought from Sharon Salzberg this morning was, we can't control what our thoughts and the emotions that rise within us, and we can't control everything that arises around us. But we can learn to take a step back and rest in the awareness of what's happening. Take a step back. At first, have no reaction, and just rest in the awareness of what the experience is. For the moment, pay attention to the ease with which you're able to just have the awareness of your 5 physical senses in this meditation. Let's practice again. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, our focus is our ears, what we can hear. So as you take a deep breath, as you dive deep inside, bring your awareness to the most obvious sound that you can hear. And then listen deep into this obvious sound. See if you can even hear the different layers of vibration in this obvious sound. Take your next big breath. Let's change gears, and this time, as you take a deep breath, as you dive deep into you, bring your awareness to the least obvious sound. Something soft, something quiet, barely a whisper. Listen deep into this less obvious sound. Take your next big breath. What we're practicing is becoming aware of the fact that we're able to take a step back from the experience, whatever the experience is. We're able to take a moment to just observe the experience. In the absence of awareness, in the absence of observing, we're often reacting. Reacting comes from our fast brain, the fast part of our brain, which is full of old programming, which means when we don't practice this muscle of taking a step back and observing, then we're caught in the trap of always reacting from old programming. Our fast brain forcing us to repeat the same old again and again. We'll take a step down, and for the next 2 stops, change your breathing to whatever it needs to be, in order to smell and in order to taste. So right now, the stop is your nose, what you can smell. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, see if there's any obvious smell you can find right now. Take your next big breath. Then let's change gears and we'll make it more difficult. With your next big breath as you dive deep into you, is there any other smell? Can you find possibly any other layer of smell? Take your next big breath. Smell is a great sense to practice this with, because we struggle to not react to a bad smell. Try this the next time the bin in your kitchen has gone a bit bad. When you walk into your kitchen, you get that smell. Try this. Are you able to practice not having a reaction for a moment? Are you able to practice not letting the fast brain take over, but waiting for the slow brain to catch up? Instead of instantly reacting to this bad smell, can you actually take a step or two closer and slowly smell a little deeper and simply practice having awareness of the experience without any reaction? If you can wait for your slow brain to catch up before you take any action, then you will successfully step outside of any old programming that you might have. And you'll open the door to wisdom with every action you take. We'll take another step down to your mouth and what you can taste. And this one's really difficult if you don't have something to bite into or to sip on right now. But bring curiosity, bring a sense of fun. As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, see if there's any taste to experience right now. Take your next big breath. And then, again, we need a good scoop of curiosity. As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, is there any other taste you can find? Take your next big breath. We have one more stop. The surface of your skin. Do a quick scan of the surface of your skin and see where is it that you feel the most sensation. Dive into that area and see if you can describe to yourself the different pressures and different sensations in that obvious spot. Take your next big breath. And then lastly, scan the surface of your skin and find a spot with the least sensation. Perhaps you can only just feel fabric rest on skin, or perhaps you can feel the air touch the skin on your forehead or your cheek. Take your next big breath. we'll take just one more big breath together to slip out of the breath holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. Our actions can come from our fast brain, or our actions can come from our slow brain. Our subconscious is the fast brain. And to put this into perspective, your subconscious, that fast part of the brain, can process at the speed of about 50 million bits per second. 50 million bits per second is the processing speed of your subconscious. And that part of our brain is always spring-loaded and on a hair trigger, ready to go. And then there's your slow brain, or the conscious part of your brain, the part of our brain with which we do conscious thinking. And again, for perspective, the processing speed of the slow brain compared to 50 million bits per second, this is only 12 bits per second. It's a massive difference in processing speed. But what this means is, if our actions are always or mostly coming from our fast brain, the reason it is so fast is because it also only works on patterns. It works with programming. Well-established neural pathways, spring-loaded at a hair trigger, ready to repeat the same old pattern again at the speed of light, maybe even faster. And if our actions are always controlled by that fast brain, we are in a trap, repeating the past over and over again. Meditation, and especially an exercise like this morning, giving ourselves the opportunity to just observe whatever it is that's happening and kind of forcing ourselves to not react, is the practice of allowing the slow brain to catch up. And the slow brain is what opens the door to wisdom. Rather than repeating the same old pattern, perhaps there's a new option that we could try. I'll read to you one more time Sharon Salzberg's thoughts on this matter. She says, meditation is not about what's happening. It's about how you relate to what's happening. She says, we can't control what thoughts and emotions arise within us, nor can we control the universal truth that everything around us changes. But we can learn to step back and rest in the awareness of what's happening. That awareness can be our refuge. And she says, meditation is essentially training our attention so that we can be more aware, not only of our inner workings, but also of what's happening around us in the here and now. We don't have control over the things that arise around us or even within us. But when we create the habit of taking a step back and watching without reacting, then we are stepping into a deeper awareness that begins to understand why things are happening the way they do. It's only when we act from understanding that our actions have a shot at being effective. But first, we have to create the habit of stepping back and just observing. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for this body, with all of its amazing sensory experiences. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning to become aware of how quickly my fast brain works, how instantly there is a reaction on offer. Pick me, says this very quick reaction. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning how to practice taking a step back and not always falling for the fast brain's habit. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning how to give the slow brain a bit of time to catch up. And say, okay, yes, I see the quick reaction. I can even see that sometimes there might be value in the quick reaction. But let's try something different. Let's see if a new response might bring better results. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. And thank you for doing your work to not be captured by the fast brain and hijacked by every fast reaction that becomes available. If you're always able to wait for the fast brain to rush past and wait for the slow brain to catch up, you will forever step out of old programming and have wisdom available to you. Thank you, Linda. Good morning, Sam. Thank you, Sunmary. Michelle, I think I saw you pop in as well. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Thank you, Honey. Thank you, Charlene. Have a great weekend and see you all again soon. Ciao, ciao.